Okay, here I'm going to go over some steps to prepare for harvest. So just like cooking, it's not about kind of the end product. In order to have a quality end product, there's a lot of preparation that goes into that. I'm going to go over some of that here for cannabis production. So harvest plant preparations. You want to reduce fertilizer applications about 1 to 2 weeks before harvest, and then stop fertilizer applications about 1 week or less before harvest to help avoid negative tastes and aromas that could build up in the buds, for example. Now, if you're playing the line really close and you're not really over fertilizing, you don't have to necessarily stop this far in advance, but it's just good to kind of flush that plant out to get rid of any excess buildup that you may have. Also, if you're applying anything on the leaves with foliar applications, you want to stop these before you harvest, as this may cause unwanted residues on the finished product of the plant. So while they may be helpful to your plant by applying them right up to harvest and getting kind of the buds sprayed, that can cause some negative impacts with residues remaining. Now, preparing for harvest, flushing your plants involves adding water to remove excess buildup of salts and fertilizers. This can be done about 1 week before the planned harvest, or 2 weeks, again, depending on what media you may be using. If using hydroponics, you can cut this window down. If using soil or much larger mineral-based material, you might want to go on that 1.5, maybe even 2 weeks out. The goal is to have water drain out of the containers or flush through the root zone to provide a place for excess salts to go and be removed from that root zone. So flushing is different than just watering the plant. Watering, you're trying to keep that water contained to the root zone. Flushing here, you're trying to get those contents beyond the root zone, out of the plant's reach. Containers, it's really easy. You look for water to drain out. In soil-based conditions, field-based, you want to make sure you're excessively watering to kind of get that to drain below the root zone. Some indoor growers will turn the lights off 1 to 2 days before harvest for what they believe helps increase resin production. However, there's no supporting evidence to this other than anecdotal information, so just keep that in mind there. Personally, just run the lights right up to the end, and I think you'll have the same amount of resin production. Overstressing the plants with no lights might be unneeded. Now, pre-harvest pruning, a day before harvest, you can remove large leaves and stems to better expose the buds to make the next day's process that much easier. Keep in mind, it is important to discard the plant material and keep the area clean. Don't just prune off the leaves and let them sit there because they will dry out. You want to remove that from the grow area. Now, if you're cutting leaves very close to the buds, you may want to save those as part of a drying process. You can start that here a day early before you remove the actual buds from the plant. But again, the important part is to just remove that from the area so you're not getting dried buds and dried flowers within the branches that you have here, to make the harvest process a little bit more efficient with a good preparation procedure that you do follow.